Hi, Facebook. Hi, guys. So, fitting that today is ignoring circumstances because I was so proud of myself just a second ago when I made it live at 12:29, which was before the 12:30 mark, meaning it was closer to 12-ish than 1-ish. And then I ended up making the live chat private. So nobody got to see me being on time. I had to start it over. Hey, Al. Okay. Facebook's in full effect. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for everybody being here. Oh, so we got our little Mindset Monday sets. Pretty much. Glad you guys are doing okay. You guys all on YouTube missed me being before 12:30, which I felt was like, well, 12:29. I felt was like more closer to 1-ish than noon-ish, or excuse me, noon-ish than 1-ish, and then I accidentally made live. Anyways, how's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. Brandon, how's the new house? It's great, thank you. I'm definitely loving it. I've got the new Mindset Monday sets pretty much done here. Might be adding a few things here and there, but this one's pretty much set. And then the new Roxy Talks set is in the works. So I'm really excited for that to kind of begin and kind of come into fruition. So I have to kind of warn everybody for tomorrow's video because after the week donation, you are so sweet. I appreciate you. Some people really had issue with me being in my backyard, me having sunglasses on, and then like me being in a different environment, and blew my mind. Was not expecting so many people to react. So it's just such ridiculous, irrelevant stuff that it changed all the videos for the week, and it changed my video for tomorrow. So but the video I've been talking about making for like a week is happening on Wednesday. So that one's I think that one is believing in your manifestations. Tomorrow's video is it's the last verbal spanking I'm going to give you guys, but I think it's a really good video, really important, because kind of what I wanted to talk about today is about ignoring circumstance and like not letting really ridiculous and irrelevant stuff, even if it feels relevant, even if it's something that's hurtful or painful, not letting it ruffle your feathers because you're trying to keep your cool in your manifestation. You're trying to communicate to the universe or whoever's out there that you have what you need and everything is fine. So if you react to little tiny things like that, then that tells me that, whatever's going on in your personal life is like way worse. So that's what I learned last week. So ignoring circumstance is a big deal. And people just seem to not be able to grasp the fact that they can be seeing something or doing something and not be hating it in their mind. Like, you can choose the thoughts you think while you're doing something you don't like, or while you're watching something happen you don't like. You don't have to let it tell you how to feel. So practice it, do it every time so it becomes a habit, and then you can deal with your manifestations better. All right. Okay, I'm going to get to this question. I just saw someone say, I asked the question last week. All right, let me see. I asked the question last week, but that video has cut off some parts, so I didn't see if you answered it. If you have time, can you tell me what to do if my SP is texting me, but not romantically? The progress makes me feel really good since we used to not talk, but I have a fear of staying in this friendship with him forever. Well, that's it right there. I mean, that's it. You just answered your own question. Your fear of being in a friendship with him is keeping you in the friend zone. So stop giving life to that fear. Every time you feel it, shut it down and remind yourself that you're in fucking control. And he does whatever the hell you say he does. So he does text you romantically. He can't stop thinking about you. All of a sudden, right now, maybe his loins are tingling right now thinking about you, okay? You can decide that in any moment. So stop letting, this is for everybody, okay? All your SPs are the same. Stop letting them tell you what you do with your creative mind. If it's not done yet, it's not done yet, okay? If you are working on getting a relationship with him, right? So what I'm hearing just in your sentence is, or your question is that You started working on the SP, you progressed a little bit, right? You got what you wanted, and now you haven't moved it forward. Now you're still working on texting or communicating or getting them back or whatever, but you haven't changed the manifestation to the next level. You haven't taken it to the next step, which is he can't stop thinking about me romantically. He's wants to spend the nights with me. Like he's lonely at night thinking about me or whatever. Start putting that into the story, progress it forward. Okay. And then don't give any life to that fear, because it's really ridiculous. Because the only reason that you are being friend zoned or that you would be friend zoned is because you're afraid of being friend zoned, not because you deserve it or you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not worthy. It's because you are giving that outcome more attention than the other ones. Okay, it's probability. Think about it like that. Sorry, and I don't mean to yell at you. I'm just fired up. You guys got me this week, so this ignoring circumstances is for me too. It's not just me yelling at you. This is a lesson for my own self as well, because like, yeah, I'm not even gonna go into it. Okay, let's see what you got here. Okay, YouTube, are we back? Looks like my connection just went out. I'm gonna have to call. I moved, obviously, so I lost my internet that was better. And so I'm going to see what I can do about getting a better connection at this house. But they don't have the same company, doesn't cover internet here. So I couldn't even get what I used to have. Oh, Deanna, you were so sweet. Okay. Cadence, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Cadence says, where you make your videos should never matter to other people. I totally agree. And it's like, what the visual of this thing is completely irrelevant. It's what I'm talking about that matters. It's just the visual part is important to me as an artist, and like my branding and representing who I am and repelling the people that I don't want to watch my videos and attracting the people who are going to like it. And the branding is more my self-expression. And I talk about this in tomorrow's video, but it's like I manifested this house with a backyard, and being able to make videos back there is one of my goals. It's something I've been wanting for a long time. My old place had no outside at all. I didn't have a patio or anything. So like, yeah, next time I shoot outside, don't even, you guys, like, come on, it's ridiculous. Okay, sorry. I don't want to be bitching about this anymore. Okay. Sylvia says, and thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you. Hi, Roxy. Hello. My SP is still flying across states during coronavirus. I'm going to say the word, because he manages 2 jobs. I want to know how to best affirm he's healthy and free from worry about his small biz. Thank you so much. Right there. He's healthy. He knows everything is working out. He's doing really great. He's immune. He's strong. His body is just like, oh, on top of it. His cells are made of like freaking steel. Everything in him is just like tip top shape. His job's doing great. He doesn't even have to travel for work anymore. Money's still coming to him no matter what. He doesn't even have to work to make money. Just change that story. And actually, this is a really great, another part of this thing on live chat. Now, I don't know what you guys think this relationship is, but I'm a person and I have my own rules and boundaries, and you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot talk about, okay? If I don't feel comfortable talking about something, I'm not going to. So don't try to threaten me for unsubscribing to my channel. Go ahead. Like, I don't care. I'm making the videos either way, you know? So like, I'll come back to you. Sorry, I just got to get these things out. If I don't feel comfortable talking about something, you're not going to bully me into talking about it. And trying to do so is just go over to another channel then. Okay. You don't have to watch my videos. If you don't like where I'm sitting, turn it off. Like it just I don't know. I've never watched a YouTube video and been so offended by what that person decided to make in their video that I'm choosing to watch. I'm seeking out the information they are giving to me for free. And then I have so much of a problem with what they do physically that I have to leave a comment. No, never experienced that. So I don't get that. I'm sorry. Okay. I love you, Sylvia. Thank you so much. Yeah. So ignoring this thing, how do I ignore it if it's all over the place? I don't know. Can you look at an apple and think of a pineapple? It's not that hard, right? Maybe it's going on. Maybe we got to make the best of what's going on, but we don't have to sit there and like, oh, this thing and then that thing and then all the memes and reposting and sharing and chat groups and oh my God, this and blah, blah, and then the thing and then the thing and then everybody, blah, like, you don't have to talk about it all day long. Yes, maybe it's happening. We're not going to be ignorant to it or diminish anybody's situation, but we don't need to add so much fuel to the fire. So take the attention off of it where you can. You don't have to watch it go down and think, wow, this is the end of the world. Things are terrible. Oh my God, this is awful. Blah, 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 blah. Quit like soaking up what's bad in your life or what you don't like. That's why it's there, because you won't stop soaking in it. That's the best way to put it. Whew, guys, sorry. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm just, yeah. I'm taking this lesson in on myself. I completely understand that I'm talking to myself right now too. Okay. So it's not just you, it's me too. I'm listening because I'm reacting to my circumstances right now and I don't want to. So anyways, he's healthy. He's doing really well. He's really strong. He's immune. He doesn't even have to go anywhere to make money. Money just comes to him either way. His business is doing great. He feels amazing. He's super chill because you're manifesting this version of him, in the situation. So change the story. And thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate you. And then another one came through, but where did it go? Magical Journey. Thank you so much for donating. I appreciate you. Says, I'm not going to see my SP in 8 weeks. Oh man. Okay. I'm not going to see my SP in 8 weeks due to something. What should I do in the meantime to not obsess about him? Get a hobby. Honestly, I know that sounds it's something I tell everybody, honestly, because a lot of people I talk to, they have like work awareness and their attention. So I always ask them, what do you do for fun? What do you do for you? What do you do to make just you happy and nobody else? Most people don't have an answer for it, or they say something like related to their side business, which is great. Definitely having a hustle gives you drive. I understand it myself, but you should also be doing stuff that just nourishes your soul, that just fills you up. I always say it for me. I like to watch like trashy TV. I don't know. I just like, that's just what makes me happy. Petting dogs, eating French fries, that kind of stuff. So that's just my personal things, but shopping, online shopping. I don't really leave the house much, but online shopping, stuff like that. Anyways, or paint them a painting, rearrange your house, like take on some projects. There's a lot you can do with this time instead of when it doesn't go somewhere else. Okay, so put that in there. So in last week's videos, I talked about in the one with the exercise where you have your limiting beliefs in the left-hand column and the right-hand column thoughts. The right-hand column stuff, your vault of thoughts. I always say, like, when people say things I like, or people affirm something, or they tell me a story, I'm like, ooh, hold on, I'm taking that. I'll just like affirm it one time. And then I'm like, oh, I'm putting that in my backpack and I'm carrying it around. Like now it's part of my story. Like when my friend said she wanted a pony, and I was like, bitch, hold on. No, I want a pony. That's beside the point. But like somebody left a comment one time on, I think it was on a YouTube video or something. And they said, or it was on TikTok. And he said, I used to not have any friends. Now I have a friend group of over 40 people who really love me and treat me well. And I was like, I want that too. So now I just write it. I put it in my scripting. It's in my vault. If I think about friends, I'm like, oh yeah, I got a friend group of 40 plus people who support me and understand what I do. And they are always inviting me out to stuff. Oh no, sounds fun. So anyways, put it in your bag, put it in your backpack, carry it around on your back. I am the one who always gets chosen. Everything I want comes to me always. I always get what I want. Everything comes to me the way I want it to. It comes to me easily, harmoniously, and quickly. And, I'm not really worried about anything because it always works out for me. Throw that into your story and make that your thing. And then every time you start to feel that it's going somewhere else, or that you're fearing that someone else might get what you want, or you're coming in second best, however that plays out in your mind. Hold on. Actually, no. My reality, and I choose me first. I always get chosen to get what I want. It always comes to me, whatever I want, and that's it. End of story. Always launch your right-hand column thoughts in opposition to those left-hand column thoughts, no matter what they are, okay? Oh my God, you guys are so sweet. Kitty P, thank you. I like your name. She says, weird question. Okay. Let's go for it. Can being an actor affect manifesting? Ooh, girl, great question. Oh my God, I love it. Like if you spend a lot of time in the mindset of a character who is thinking or experiencing something, even if you know it's not you doing it. Ooh, thank you so much. I love it. I love you, and I love that question. So I think so. I think okay. It can, absolutely, especially, you know, the better of an actor you are, the more you're going to say, okay, how the few scripts that I, you know, the few acting that I've done is like, when I'm reading a script and I'm reading each line, I'm thinking, okay, how would I say this? Like if it was really coming out of my mouth, how would these words come out of my mouth? And so you like mush it around. And it's the same with affirmations, actually, now that I'm saying this. That's how I'd say it. That's why how my business is booming. I'm helping millions of people. It's so natural for me to say it because I said it so many times that I wanted to say, how would I say this if I was saying it naturally? Anyways, side note. So when I have done the tiny bit of acting I've done, very much like, how would I mush these words in my mouth if I was truly just off the cuff responding this way? How would it sound coming from me? And so that was my approach to it. But however you do it, you really are like putting yourself there or removing yourself and putting someone else there, right? So I would say that if you're not careful, that absolutely it can, especially if you're carrying that around with you, then absolutely. And I would say that if you're, you know, becoming that role, you're taking on those fears, those worries, those insecurities, because you're trying to bring authenticity to it. So my suggestion for you would be to set a barrier, a boundary within your mind. Like, I don't know if it's the same thing, but I'm kind of thinking of it that way. Like when I do watch reality TV, like I said, I like trashy TV and like, I like to watch YouTube drama. Anyways, when I do watch that stuff, I definitely put this, it's almost like like putting a cone of silence. Oh my God. I just had the worst analogy. These, they just pop into my head as images, the analogies, right? Anyways, I just saw a condom. Okay. Putting a barrier around you. I am protected from this role. This is not me. These are not my words. I'm going to give it my all because this is my dream. And this is me stepping into the role. And as soon as it's done, I shut it off because this isn't my manifestation. Stuff like that. I would kind of do one of those like every day. I definitely kind of like when I'm watching reality TV, I feel like my spiritual condom on me. And I'm like, this is just to watch. This is not going in weird. This is just to let off steam. So there's my advice. And great question. Thank you so much. And thank you for donating to the chat. NT, again, thank you so much for donating. Says, my SP is a part of my life, so I'm just looking at me to pick a better version. Correct. I woke up one night and I felt different, confident. Quantum shift? I don't know, but I know I'm doing it. Our relationship is blooming. Yes, absolutely. So, okay. Quantum shifting, I think, I know I made a video about it. Sorry, it's trash day. My personal opinion is that, you know, we're shifting in and out of realities all the time in every moment. So technically you're always quantum shifting. But when you can make that like a large enough jump to notice it, fuck yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, you know, what you're saying is like, there are times, like sometimes things take a while, right? And then there's just moments where we're just like, fuck it. I don't even nope, whatever. I'm this now and that's it. No one's going to tell me otherwise. You just get tired of your own bullshit, I think is what happens. And then things come through much easier because you're just like not standing in the way anymore, not doubting it, not worrying, not fearing, not like talking yourself out of it. It's just like, fine, then fucking do it, bitch. If you're going to do the thing, then just fucking do it. Just shut up about it, right? Maybe that's just me. But oh, and then Brandon says, what is scripting? Okay. Great question, Brandon. Scripting. Every night, check out my YouTube. I have a video. I have 2 videos about it. Scripting is basically, there's a couple ways to look at it. So you are, okay. I like to think of it as the navigation system on your GPS. So we set intentions. We have manifestations we're going after. We're essentially putting a point in our GPS and then going. And I always say this, as long as my tires are going in the forward direction and I'm listening to the prompts, I'll get wherever I'm going. Like if I'm driving across country, I live in LA, I've never been to New York, but I could certainly get there. Sorry. Just with my navigation, right? So to me, the scripting is like the navigation. This to me is maybe it's the wheels turning then, maybe not the navigation. So let me back up. Okay. Scripting is the wheels turning. Okay. It is the rowing, the oars propelling you through your manifestation. So what I have found with scripting is that not only does everything I write down come true, sorry, I hope you guys can hear me. Not only does all the stuff I script come true, which is amazing, it helps me stay focused in my manifestation. I know exactly where I'm going. And it's the forward momentum that keeps the story going forward. So like I was saying earlier with that person, Rita, who was saying that, she's waiting for, she's in the kind of friend zone. And I was like, I'm guessing you haven't taken your manifestation forward, because I've done it myself. I understand. I get that process where you don't realize that you've actually got what you wanted just because it doesn't look exactly the way you thought it might. So we're not realizing we're there. So we're not taking our manifestations forward and progressing. So keeping your scripting, anyways, doesn't matter. Keeping your scripting forward momentum, keeping yourself moving and progressing through your manifestation is really important. Also, for me, I do it before bed, so it preps me before I go to sleep. So I'm on top of my mindset all day long. That's my day work. And then at night, I do the scripting to put it into my subconscious as I sleep, and that's my night work. But anyways, to answer your question, scripting is basically writing affirmations. I am amazing. Life is incredible for me. I have amazing friends who treat me really well. I have a friend group of 40 people who invite me out and support me and understand my job. People respect me. They respect my time. They respect my boundaries. People are kind to me. They have nice things to say. They appreciate me. They hang off my every word. That kind of stuff. That's kind of like some of the stuff I script. And it's just me telling the universe or whatever is fulfilling my life or bringing my manifestations to me what I want. And it's almost like using the scripting instead of like sitting down to visualize or doing stats or something like that. It's kind of like, this is how it is. This is everything I get. Blah, 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 blah. Go to bed with that. And then during the day, I live as that version. Whatever's on that page, that's me all the time. And so that's how I've been able to make this stuff happen so fast, because I've been practicing law of attraction for nearly a decade. And it wasn't until October, you guys saw that, when everything just like skyrocketed and took off. And that's when I incorporated the scripting and the 360. So again, not saying it's the only thing that works, but it does work. So if you can go full tilt with it, it's like, I don't know. Disciplining yourself, very important, very, very worth it. I hope that answered your question, Brandon. And I have videos on my channel as well about that. Okay. What else we got? Itachi says, how to fight the negative thoughts / images when you think of your SP. For example, the 3D pop. Sorry. For example, the 3D pops up in my head when I think of her. Okay, so first things first is have a place to go. So I referenced the exercise already. It's from last week's video. I think, what is it called? Oh, I think, is it the limiting beliefs? I think it's identifying your limiting beliefs or changing your limiting beliefs or something like that. It's one of the outdoors videos, the middle one from the week. There's 3 of them. Do that exercise where and do your SP, write your SP's name at the top, or no, write the third party, or combine it both, SP and third party, relationship, however you want to do it. Make a left-hand column of all the shitty thoughts you have, all the fears, all the worries, all the doubts, everything that you think that's standing in your way, like there's a third party or this person pops up in my head, all that stuff. And then on your right-hand column, make yourself some new affirmations, or you can even have like, I call it like an escape route, or like a getaway car, somewhere that you can go to. Like if you're seeing them in your mind, erase, blow them away, or dissolve like paper in water, and they're just like, do whatever you can to like dissolve it in your mind, or visualize them being swept off their feet by somebody else that's better for them because your person's for you, and doing it every time. I've had a lot of people successful with getting rid of third parties, and that's kind of what they do. They send it away nicely every time it comes up. If it's in their mind, erase. What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Who? Nope. We just stop watering that plant, basically. And then however you do that, in any moment, because it's always different, right? We have a range of emotions. Sometimes it's a picture, sometimes they're in your real life, sometimes it's just a thought, sometimes it's a text message. It could be anything. So if you know where to go from that trigger, then yeah, watch that video too, the emotional triggers, single time, every time. And if you don't do it every time, that time you don't do it is when you lose that battle, basically. So that's, for me, it's like, it's never scoring a point on me. You're never getting the last laugh. I will always have the last word, and I always know that things are working out for me no matter what. That's it. That's my story. And that's like the bottom line of everything. I will always be taken care of. Things are always working out for me. So if that's my underlying belief about everything, then guess what? Life's cool. Heather, thank you, Dale. I appreciate you. Could you explain giving something to yourself energetically, please? Maybe even a full video. P.S. I love you. Don't let the haters get you down. Oh, no, I don't. Let them get me down. I just need to let them know. Okay. Right. But, oh, you're right. Fine. I take it. I accept it. Everybody treats you with respect. They have kind things to say, and they always leave nice comments. Okay. Heather, okay, I did actually make a video about this. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. You give something to yourself energetically. That's the video about the, fudge. What the fuck did I call that one? I know I talked about it in the text message video. And I know there's one before, probably from like January. I know that doesn't really help, but message me later and I can tell you the exact video. But it's the same thing as like visualizing. But instead of it like, oh, I'm hungry. I don't know if you guys can hear my stomach growling. Instead of like you putting something out into the future that's like, oh, I want to get married, or I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. But like you're handling something up here so that it sends off to the universe that it's done, so that it can just naturally be taken care of. So you don't have to worry about it, right? So like I always equate it to like a bill. That's, to me, that's my easiest way of thinking about it. Get a bill, paid energetically. Okay, that's fine. That's paid, so that it's not like hanging over our heads and lingering. Like visualize yourself paying it. Oh, we got the confirmation. It's all done. Great. Now we're living in a reality where that's already done. So like manifesting your current, I guess, I don't know, but you're basically like shifting into a reality where it's already done. So what that means is you let it go. So it's not hanging over your head again. Now you'll be prompted to pay it random times. If you don't have the money, this is especially like if you don't have the money to pay something in the reality where it's done. Now, again, there's like a vacuum or a void that must be filled, or you must shift into the reality where that has already been paid, or it's already been taken care of. The money's going to appear somehow. You're not going to be thinking about it. One day you'll just remember, oh shit, I got to pay that bill real fast. And it'll be so absent-minded. You're just like, oh, that fucking bill. You pay it. And then it's like, it takes up so much less energy in your mind. And it's good practice for sending others. I'm going to have to worry about it now. Now the universe can just naturally lead you to doing it, is basically what we're doing, right? That's what we do. Okay. And he says he's thinking of me and wants to text me. Bam, he reaches out. Yup. Good. You guys are amazing. Okay. You guys are helping each other. Brandon says it's hard to let go and believe and not self-sabotage with negative thoughts. It's not. It's just you're just not disciplined with it. It's not hard. It's just you just have to do it. It's like, I mean, it's like working out. Is working out hard? No. The hardest part of working out is going. Once you're there, you're like, nah, I can do this. You know, it's not a big deal. But it's just like anything that seems like a chore. You just kind of do it. Like, you're never going to stop brushing your teeth. You're never going to stop having to take a shower, right? Like, it's just stuff that you do to maintain this thing that we live inside of. So same thing goes with your brain. It's almost like you allowing yourself to think these negative thoughts and not stopping them in their tracks every single time you have them. It's almost like I can't even think of something, like walking into traffic just because you can. like literally, it's like you're putting your mind, you're like throwing, I don't know how to describe, like you're trashing your life. I keep seeing like little kids hurting themselves on purpose. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like, why are you doing that? You don't have to do it. Just make yourself not. You're stronger than the thoughts. You're stronger than the sabotage. It's just a habit. It's a habitual behavior. It's not your true nature. So you make yourself stop doing it every time, like biting your nails, right? If you bite your nails, the only way you're going to stop biting your nails is every time you find your fingers in your mouth, you take them the fuck out. That's all it takes, right? Like, same concept. You find a thought in here you don't like, take it the fuck out. It's literally that easy, guys, okay? And then replace it with something better. And done. End of live stream. Okay. Okay, I love you guys. Okay. What else we got? Chrissy loves my makeup. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. You guys are so sweet. I love you guys. Okay. Love you guys, love you guys, love you guys. Okay. Trying to find I'm trying to find a nice question from Facebook because I've been kind of neglecting. You guys are awesome. Okay, Facebook's doing great. You guys are kind of just talking to each other. Okay, here we go. Here's a question. Can you talk about how to keep the embodiment of having it once you have it and not accidentally manifesting it to go away? Okay, first I want to address the end of your question first. Don't even worry about that because it's like the ease you can manifest it away, the ease you can manifest it back. Like it's almost like dropping something. I dropped it. Well, if I don't pick it up, that's on me. But I'll just pick it up again and now I have it. Give your manifestations that much fucking power over you guys, because that's how it is. It's all the things you're talking about are that irrelevant. I dropped this thing. Oh, whoops. Okay, I picked it back up. they just fuck us up. They just get us in trouble. So that's the first half of that. Accidentally manifested going away. Okay, I'll just manifest it back again. Cool. Anyways, next. Yeah, how do you talk about keeping the embodiment of having once you have it? You just do it. Just kind of like the last thing I said is like, just like biting your nails. If you find your hands in your mouth, take them out. So when we are making ourselves embody who we are, if we find ourselves not being that version, stop being the old version and be the new version again. I'm trying to like make this as simple as I can possibly make it, the language. Like the easiest way I can say it. Because it's okay. Prism Dot says, thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. Do you ever get concerned that someone may be manifesting you? Oh, that's so funny. We've talked about this. Or are you chill about knowing that you won't even know about it because it's another reality? Okay, great question. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys have great questions today. Thank you. I'm concerned about that. And I talked about this before, and I had a really nice conversation with a couple of clients last week, and they're roommates. And so like, they'll like have back-to-back sessions, and then we're like, we'll all talk together. Anyways, we were talking about this same thing because they're having a discussion about this parallel reality thing and the intersection thing. So I really liked this idea because I don't know the answer to this question, right? Technically, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like my answer to that is like, if they are manifesting me, like if somebody's trying to manifest me away from my husband, it's just not going to happen. This version is not going to happen. So if they do manifest me, it's going to be a different version of me that's more inclined. Maybe that's not even doing what I'm doing, right? We don't know what that version could be like. So what my client was saying was that, we have all these kind of how we've morphed it together. We have all these infinite potentialities, right? Of probabilities or outcomes where the chicken makes it or doesn't make it, because those are like the most two probable outcomes, right? So this version of me, this like self-actualized version doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing on this planet, the way my client put it is that because I'm in alignment with my kind of highest calling or my purpose as whatever I'm doing here, the majority, or there's going to be a larger proportion of me, versions of me that are doing this as well. So that's why maybe there's a lot of energy putting out here, because I'm kind of embodying a lot of versions of me simultaneously, potentially. I don't know. I'm literally just spitballing here because I don't know the answer to your question. But if there are versions of me that will go over to another person, however it's going to go, like if it's a romantic thing. So if it's not romantic, like you just want to see me out on the street, that could probably happen because I am a person, right? So, but if you're trying to romantically, this version is not going to happen. So you may come in contact with another version of me, but it's not going to be this one. So, and because potentially this is our little idea, or their idea, sorry, I don't want to steal his idea, because there are, you know, more versions of me doing this than there would be versions of me doing something else that's not. This is all like conjecture, but my answer for that would be, if you're trying to do it romantically, not going to happen. So I don't know what version you would end up with. Really interesting to me. I don't know how. I don't know. Do they have consciousness? Like, is it just potentialities? I don't know. But great question. Thank you. But yeah, again, and then at this, I don't know. It's my, okay, let me think about this really. If they're manifesting me, then that is me, right? Allowing them in, being on the same energetic match to, if I manifest somebody else manifesting me, then this version of me, it must be something that I am willing to do, right? Like I said, there's only going to be a small amount of stuff, like shake your hand or give you a hug or say hi to you on the, you know, or be friends, whatever, but it's not going to be like something romantic or something like that. So if it's within that like bandwidth of behavior that I would do, then they can manifest me, right? He's out there doing, guys. So manifest at your own risk. Okay. What's next? What a great, thank you so much. That was a really great question. I really like that kind of shit that makes me think. Okay. Samantha says, can you explain things that manifest that you have no idea how it came because you just never expected it or even thought about it? For example, I was supposed to go on spring break and naturally I kept picturing myself there being excited, but now it's getting canceled with everything going on. It's okay, but I'm confused how I manifested this when I naturally manifested the trip and embodying it. Okay, so, I mean, this is you right now, that question. Cut out the circumstances. What you're asking is, I manifested and it didn't work. Tell me why. So I talked about that last week, right? You're not done yet. You can still go on that trip, right? No one said you're not ever going to go on it, but right? Like, just because something doesn't work out exactly the way you want it to, like you said in your question, does not mean it's ruined. So don't approach it that way. You're still going on your trip. Maybe it's postponed. Sometimes things take longer than we expect them to. But that's why we chill. That's why we learn how to chill in the meantime. Give ourselves stuff that we like to do, hobbies and passions, so that we have something to take our attention and focus off of what's not here yet. Doesn't mean it's not coming at all. It just means it's not here yet. So, and then the other thing about that is, it happened. It's like, how many things in your life have happened that you didn't visualize? A lot, right? Like, one of the things that we know about the universe is that it shocks and surprises, or it shocks and delights us, right? Picking stuff up. It has to, the universe is constantly shocking and delighting you. If you have a cycle that you're always experiencing something that causes you harm, or everything always gets canceled, things always work out or never work out for me. If that's going on in your story, then it has to play out in some way. And if it's which is that things don't work out for you. And that goes for everything, okay? Just cut the circumstances out and just look at the heart of what you guys are talking about. And enjoy your trip. What's happened to help. I feel that this person is my true soulmate. Actually, Friday's video is about manifesting a person you don't know. It's the same thing as anything else. It's just the problem is that you're telling a story that they don't know you. And then, so how are they going to fall in love with you? So like, you can have anything, including people, in a way that you want, right? We just kind of talked about this. I don't know how it works. It doesn't really matter how it works, just knowing that it does. So who cares if they don't know you yet? Again, yet. So what? I want to see you guys stop freaking out about yet. Okay? Yet. Remember this. If it's not here yet, then it's not done yet, right? Yet. Just because it's not here yet doesn't mean it's not canceled, okay? Remember the yet. Yet. I should make a shirt. It's like yet, okay? So, they don't know you yet, okay? So what? So now they do, okay? They like you. They find you really interesting. They've never met somebody like you. They're really excited. They're looking for somebody like you. Bring it closer to you then. If you can't imagine that they are in love with you now, then think of some, actually, this is Tuesday's video. Think of something closer, or sorry, Wednesday's video. Something closer to you that does make sense. Oh, wow, they just found me. Oh, they just found me. Oh my God, they just found me. Oh my God, they just found me, okay? Imagine that they just figured out who you are. They just saw you. They just came across you. Maybe they came across your Instagram or however, or whatever's going. Imagine a way that they could find you, and then now they have. And now you be the version of you that, oh, they just found me. Oh my God, here we go. Ooh, it's working. And then keep moving it forward. Artista, let me go here. I don't know answer the third party question. Are you a Scorpio or Aquarius? I'm a Scorpio. Not a Sagittarius, but all the people around me are Sagittarius. Ooh, Virgo vibes? No. Actually, I think I might be I don't fucking know. Someone do my chart. Scorpio. Okay, Ren says, what is what is your painfully aware of a, oh, okay. What if you're painfully aware of a pattern that you want to stop manifesting, but years go by, it's still materializing? First step is awareness. Then how do you start the new pattern? I visualize, reflect, and learn lessons. I trust God. I'm looking for other methods. Yeah, well, it's not really a method. Anyone's called that video about with the exercise from last week. It's the middle video out of the 3 videos from last week. The 3 outside videos, the middle one. Do the exercise in that video where you're getting all of your limiting beliefs out about whatever it is that your pattern is, right? My pattern, or whatever it's called at the top. And on your left-hand side, write everything that you feel, think, fear, worry, doubt, all the insecurities, anything that you think about that specific thing, why it's in your way, what it is, what's causing it, why it's there, what you do, and all that stuff. Write it all out. And then on your right-hand column of your paper, take each one of those ideas, flip it into the opposite, and then how many sentences can you say about that thing? Now, every single time those thoughts pop up, you launch them. So every time a left-hand column thought comes up or something that matches that left-hand energy, you pop in, you shut it down, and you pop in a right-hand column thought. And you do that every single time. And the reason you must do it every single time is that if you don't break the pattern or actively break the cycle, like you said, you can't just be aware of it. Oh, look, my pattern's here. Why isn't it stopping? Look at my pattern. Here it is. Excuse me, pattern. Hello. Why aren't you stopping? Pattern. Hello. Hello, pattern. Are you there? Pattern. Pattern. Why aren't you stopping? No. Stop. Stop it. Every time you start to see it. In order to break the cycle, you must literally break it. Break it every single time. And if you don't, then it continues. And that's it. Okay. Okay, I love this question. How can I get rid of my neighbors? Sorry, I'm not going to read your name just in case. We don't want them to know who we're talking, right? We don't want them to know we're manifesting them out. How can I get rid of my neighbors? I don't know how to react when they're acting like they're in a jungle. Okay. Oh my God. Shitty neighbors suck. But this is when you have to be real stronger. How do I say this? Much more strong than your 3D reality. When your neighbors are doing the shit that you don't like, oh man, I have such respectful neighbors. They're so kind. They're so quiet. My approach to everything is like, how many different ways can I attack this thing? Because I know it's going to come up in different ways. Sometimes you're going to hear them. Sometimes you're going to see them. Sometimes you're just going to be thinking about them and it's going to trigger you, right? So having multiple ways of, like, again, escape routes of getting out of there is really important. So do the same exercise I was talking about with your neighbors. Put a list of all the things you feel about them, all the things you don't like, all the things they do, put it on the left-hand side, and then take each one of those and flip it around and turn it into something better, and then add that to your vault. That is your vault. Put it into your rotation, and now that's how you live. Now you have great neighbors. They're really kind. And honestly, when I think about them, I'm pretty sure that they're moving, right? Did I hear them say they're moving? I think they're moving. Oh my God, they're moving. Yes. Oh my God, my neighbors are moving. That's so, I'm kind of sad to see them go. I mean, I'm happy for them to leave, but they've been really great. But I'm just excited because I have even better neighbors coming, or literally whatever. I'm just making all this shit up. And that's just what I do. If I catch myself not liking something, I'm like, ooh, hold on. Actually, it's like this, and it's going this way for me only. I just do that with everything. And I'm just very much aware of what I'm doing up here. And if I catch myself, what you're doing is you're doing the half part. You're doing the awareness part over here. Sorry, Facebook. Doing the awareness part, but then not launching the new thing. And I see that a lot. Feel it. And you already got momentum in the negative direction. So yeah. Okay. Prison Dot says, what sold you on believing in law of attraction, even though it receives a lot of criticism and seems too good to be true? You used to be skeptical. What's your story? Oh, I'm glad you asked. My story is that I encountered law of attraction before I heard of it. So that when I did learn about it, I was like, oh, that's what that thing was. And so I already believed in it. So the secret, I manifested a person I don't know. So that's why when we were talking earlier, I know it's possible because that was my first encounter with law of attraction, like consciously. Like I used to think I was psychic. My dad's kind of psychic or whatever. We're sensitive to energy. So I thought the images that I would get in my head or whatever was like being psychic. Now I understand it's just kind of being attuned to the energy. But when I manifested that person, I had been like, I was on my honeymoon. I was coming to LA. I don't know. I just know I'm going to see them when I'm there. And so on this road trip, I was playing this scene over in my head, over and over and over and over, just like, how you daydream on something. And I was completely visualizing. I was completely in my subconscious because I was checked out on a road trip just for probably hours playing this scene on a loop. Just this, me and this person, like back to back in a store, turning around, coming in face to face, like in the first episode of Sister. And I was talking about it to my husband, so he knew all about it, right? And then when it happened, my body was literally like overtaken and driven to this person. I saw them and I thought, holy fucking shit. Did I predict that or did I just make that happen? Either one's really cool and I'm going to explore it, but what the fuck was that, right? And my husband was there, so I had a witness. So I was like, 100%, that you know this because you were there. You heard me talking about it and then we got this, right? You have a witness, we're good. So then it was kind of like, I was like mind fucked for a few months. Like, did I make that happen? Did I predict it? Did I make it happen? Did I predict it? And then I was led to the secret. And in the beginning of it, they talk about like tracing back moments where you obviously manifested something that obviously came from your mind and then came out to the world. Like there's no question about it. And then that's how you kind of accept that it's real, is you're like, oh shit, that did happen. And I can't deny that. I can't deny it. So that kind of like opens the door enough for you to believe it. So again, my dad's like psychic. I grew up, it's not a stretch of the mind for me, but I did go through a period of being like a super hardcore atheist, like in my 20s. I was like, I'm not going to make it till I'm 30, man. Like, God's not real, man. If I can't see it, it doesn't exist. Like, that's how I thought. It was very like super atheist. And then I started watching Ancient Aliens. That was the first thing. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay. And not that I just believed it, but after like 6 hours of it, I was like, okay, wait, hold on. They just presented me with 6 hours of evidence that there may have been technology on this planet before we got here. I can't. After enough of watching it, you're like, oh, okay, all right, fine. It opened the door. So it opened the door a crack for me. And then did that thing happen right after that? That thing happened. And then I was led to the secret. And I was like, well, something else is going on here. I can't deny it anymore. Like, anyways, yeah. So the Ancient Aliens helped me kind of like open my mind to like there being more than just like what I saw with my eyes. And then having an experience with the law of attraction before I knew about it really definitely did it for me. And then when I came across it, I was like, holy shit, this is real. So obviously from that moment, my entire life shifted and it became dedicated to like spreading the awareness, sharing it to my friends and family who like didn't listen. And I still like, I literally just, my sister just like, she was here 2 weeks ago, last weekend, actually, that was the first time she has any clue of what I do or heard anything about this. So I don't really talk about it. I'll say it a couple times. If they're not interested, I'm just not going to they'll find it when they're ready and I'm here, but that was a really long about me. Anyways, let's talk about you guys. Okay. What do we got? Nina says, what do you think about SATs and do you use it? Okay. What do I think about SATs? I think that SATs are effective. Hold on. Obviously it works, right? It works for people. Neville Goddard spoke at length about it. But how do I say this? Okay. The stuff, I'm trying to think of when I was going through my little, let me do SATs yet. But doing the 360, all of it. So I think SATs are a great addition to a 360-degree practice. That's what I think. And if you don't know what that is, I have a video on it. It's my signature method. And I'm writing a book about it and going to turn into like a fully like a class, a course kind of thing. Anyways, it is saturating your mind with the thoughts that the version of you want to be is thinking. 1:30 p.m. on a Monday afternoon, me is a success. I guess we're doing it right now. I don't know. Either way, what my point is that no matter what time of day, no matter what's going on, I appear and being the version of me that is successful and living in my life. Millions of dollars, billions of dollars, bigger than Target, all over the world, whatever. Regardless of where my physical body is, that's irrelevant. Up here is what matters. So if I make myself think affirmations or good thoughts, right-hand column thoughts, right? I just make myself think those thoughts during the day when I have time to think, when my conscious mind is checked out, when I have lulls in my focus. I'm making sure that I'm basically being my own affirmations tape. I'm putting that on a loop in my head. And then the other times of the day, if I catch myself not thinking like that, I shut it down and I make myself think like that. And I script at night. Now, for me, that has been completely life-changing. Was SATs? No, it was not. But I just did tell a story about visualizing something, and it happened. I mean, why? But it was like in the first episode of Sister Sister, the show from the 90s, that scene where they come across each other. That's what I was seeing in my head. But at the same time, I thought I would meet them probably at a bar because I'm like, it's LA. If I'm going to meet a random person I don't know anywhere, it's probably going to be at a bar. So I was not expecting to meet them at the mall, which is where it was. And I was in one store. Something came over me completely. I put everything, I had like 30 things in my hand. I put everything down and I just marched my ass out of the store. I walked all the way down to the end of the mall. I've never been to this mall before. I didn't know where I was going. And I had one voice in my head saying, what the fuck are you doing? And the other voice going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. And eventually I got to an escalator and I only had one choice but to go up. I went up to the escalator. What are you doing? You just left that store, which is the same shit as this. Like, what are you doing here? So I didn't go in that store. And I know that if I had gone in there, it would have happened. This thing would have happened, right? Because I walked past the store, realized I should have gone in there, turned around to go back in. And that's when that person walked in to that store. But at that moment, I felt weird because then it was like I was following them, and I'm not like a stalker person. I'm not going to weird out a celebrity or whatever. I'm just going to be like, hey, cool, what's up? So I felt awkward at that point now because I was like aware of them and I was following them, and that's not the way it went down in my mind. It was, whoa, holy shit, whoa, hello. So I know that if I had gone to that store, because I felt the draw. It was like, go in there. And I was like, no, stop. What are you doing? And anyways, long story short, deliberate visualization, like just using visualization without that like knowing, because obviously when I look back on this story, like I knew I would meet them there. I already knew I was going to meet them. It was just a matter of like where and when, which, right, that's not my that's not my deal. It's the what and the now. So so the knowing was like, here, this is going to happen, and then I played a loop of, here, this is how it should go down, and it kind of took those pieces and then made it happen. But when I have been just using visualization and not like, oh, this is going to happen, it's not as strong, right? So like things that I have manifested, I just visualized, not always come about exactly like or fully there. I don't know, because I'm thinking about the other time I manifested another famous person, and I still did it. It just wasn't exactly the way I thought, but I had been offering like random, I don't know, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, my point is, Sats, do I think it's effective? Probably. I mean, it's got to be, right? It works for people, I think. And I know visualization does work. However, is it the only, can you go with just doing that? I don't think so. Not for everything in your life, because we have so many hangups and like ideas about ourselves and truths and things like that we tell ourselves that they're not true. They're not like really there. It's just stuff that we tell ourselves that keeps us where we are. So like, can you visualize your whole life being fixed? I mean, probably, if you fully believe it, yeah. But at the same time, I think that it takes more than that. For me, it did, at least personally, and for the majority of my clients, I think it takes more than that. So long story short, but yeah, that's how I feel with that. Okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all being here and listening to me yammer on. Just got rid of a third party, but I intend to be the chosen one now. Thank you. Okay, so ignoring, erasing, literally blow it away, dissolving in your mind, by sending it off with another person. That's kind of getting rid of it. But as far as like breaking the cycle, you're going to want to look at your history. You're going to want to look at, you know, the relationships you witnessed as a child, because like it or not, I'm not going to comment there. Like it or not, the things that happen to you in your childhood impress upon you. And we know this. They always say that children between like 0 and 7 is our most formative years, our most, we're the most spongy, right? We soak up the most amount of material during that time in our life. And the thing about that is that we're always creating, right? We are creators. So you're shaping the world you're living based on what's happening to you, because you're just like impress, react, because that's all we know how to do is react when we're babies and children, right? So you're taking in your environment from your parents or whatever, however you grow up, and that's becoming the world you create, because you're creating. And then you don't stop living in that world even as you grow up. That's what the issue is. That's why we go, Facebook is about past revision. So it's a perfect segue. Start doing past revision, changing the way you're viewing these things that happen, giving yourself conversations energetically, like we talked earlier about, playing them out in your head. What do you need to hear from these people to ease the fissures in your foundation, and making yourself think different thoughts about the things that happened to you in your past, so that they no longer continue to impress. And then do the exercise like I talked about with the left-hand column stuff and the right-hand column stuff. Put all of the ideas about cheating and third parties and all that other stuff, not being good enough. What was the specific things? Having to compete, not having any, yeah, stuff like that, right? Sorry, I was trying to read your exact words. Put that stuff in your left-hand column. Fill out your whole right-hand column. And every time you start to have left-hand column type energetic thoughts, then you shut it down and launch your right-hand column thoughts. And that's how you stop it every single time. So some ideas for what you can put there, idea of competition. There's nobody to compete with. This is my reality. I choose what I get every single time. And I'm no longer going to even entertain the idea that There could possibly be somebody else that would be better equipped for what I want than me. So it always comes to me. I'm always chosen first. This is my reality. That's what I expect, and that's what I get. Less questioning, less fearing, less worrying, more declaring. This is my world. I get what I want always. Always chosen first, no matter what. So I don't know, deal with it. And you're just, you don't have to be like that to people's faces. You just do it up here. They don't know what you're doing up there. It's not our damn business, right? So always chosen first. I'm the first person. People are enthralled with me. Like once they're involved with me, they don't want to be around anybody else. They can't, like no one ever fulfills people the way that I do, ever. So I don't know where they're going to go if they're not here. Kind of just treat it like that. Okay. And then how exactly can you apply revision? So just like I was saying right now, you're basically, so let me, okay. I'm going to use my sign. It says nothing. It's just fingers. If I look at it like this, it's like a weird prism, right? If I look at it like this, then it's like short and now it's a square. It's no longer a rectangle. I'm trying to reflect the pink light. Oh, there we go. Now, whatever. Anyways, if I look at it like this, it's just gold. Oh, it's gold, baby. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So my point is, this to be all fingerprinty. My point is, with revision, you're simply taking the things that are in your life or in your past or, in your current moment, in your whatever moments, and you're viewing them in a different way. You're not allowing the 3D world to tell you how you're going to perceive that thing. Hold on. There's like no way to do this without getting fingerprints on it. Okay. You're viewing it from a different perspective. You're seeing it from different angles. You're changing the way you're framing it in your mind so that you can feel differently about it, and therefore you will manifest different outcomes in regards to it from the outside world. So like, I'm going to use something really, really, really basic, but let's say that we have an alcoholic parent and we have this really vivid memory of like them coming home and like ruining a birthday party, get drunk, ruining a birthday party, everybody left crying. It was the worst day of our lives, right? And ever since then, we have bad relationships with our parents. We choose toxic people in relationships. We're always cleaning up other people's messes or whatever it is, right? That's just kind of usually how that stuff kind of plays out. So what we would want to do is, and this is just, revision is part of the deal. It's not the only thing. Like you want to revise these things so that it helps you manifest stuff going forward better. So we change that vision. So maybe that birthday party, that parent didn't show up. Like I said earlier, give yourself that scene, kind of play it out, know that that's the reality we're shifting into. And then from that point forward, you behave as if that's how it went down. And if you want to give yourself some conversations from this person saying things like, I just want you to know that I'm sorry for, the way that my insecurities and demons played a role in your life. I appreciate how strong, independent, and smart you are. And I just want you to know that I love you and I'm proud of you. And I'm just happy to see you grow, or whatever the fuck, right? You're changing your memories. And this goes for the things in front of you, right? You're essentially like visualizing things forward is kind of like revising your future, kind of, if you want to think of it like that, because you're putting memories next to you in your current, you're putting memories behind you in your past or in your future, right? When you're visualizing stuff you want to experience, you're using your mental faculties, your imagination to shift you into different realities where now that parent wasn't such a fuck up, right? So now if my parent wasn't such a fuck up, if there were just maybe 2 or 3 times less that they really messed me up, then I'm not going to be as messed up. So therefore, I'm not going to be expecting the world to, because it's all happening. It's all already happening. Everything is here now. There's no, like, time isn't linear in reality. So if there's infinite versions or infinite potentiality, then of course that outcome has already happened. So now we're just going to shift into that timeline or whatever, however you want to look at it, where that was our past, this version's past, and then we just operate from there going forward. So it changes the way that you view the world, and then in turn expect the world to treat you, which of course changes the way they treat you. Okay. Okay, I've tried to script my SP contacting me again, but he still ignores me and treats me coldly. I've been doing everything, but he hasn't He just hasn't changed. It discourages me so much, and I hope you can help. I'm gonna have to hit you with the big old yet. Hasn't worked yet, but the fact that you are even acknowledging it shows me that you're not fully doing the work. Like, I can tell by the way you guys ask your questions if you're doing the work, right? Because when you are doing the work, you're very careful about how you voice your circumstances, because you know that even just a little bit of, let me just tell you a little bit about it, is keeping you where you're at. So it comes up on your mind. If you see him on your phone, if you think about him, if he calls you, whatever it is, or still ignores you. Okay, treats you cold. No, he ignores me. Just like what I was saying earlier about, like, looking at an apple and thinking of a pineapple, you decide what everything means. And right now you're deciding that he's treating you cold and that it's not good. So that's why it's not good. He ignores me. Okay, great. He ignores you. You might as well be scripting that, because that's kind of what you're doing, right? Maybe you're scripting that he doesn't do that, but then you're going out into your world and reaffirming that he ignores you and that he treats you coldly. You can't have both. So which is it? Like, does he treat you nice and warmly and respectfully, or does he treat you cold? That's for everybody here. Everybody, please listen to this. If you're affirming one thing during your manifestational exercises and then you go back into your life and affirm something else, which is it, right? That's why we need to get clear. Which is it? Are they ignoring you and treating you cold, or are they kind and being very nice to you? Close that book and then back to, oh, they're ignoring me. That's what you're doing. So you have to take this idea, this, whatever you scripted, your right hand stuff, you take this into your life everywhere. If you think left-handed column thoughts, you stay in your left-handed column reality. Jamie says, hi, Roxy, can you give me advice on how to make him trust me? He trusts you. He understands you. He believes you. He believes in you. He knows that you're always honest, and he's always honest with you. He appreciates your honesty. He likes the fact that he doesn't have to worry about what you're saying or what you're doing. You're always open, honest, and upfront with him about everything. You just change the story. And then even when he's like acting any other way, again, he's being an apple. Up here, he needs to be a pineapple. Okay? It's no matter what they do, you don't change the way you think about them. No matter what they say, you don't change the way you think about the situation. Whatever happens in your 3D world, even your own thoughts, fears, and worries, they don't matter. They only matter if you allow them to. They only matter if you say, oh man, but this now. No, fuck that. No, I don't care. Like, I don't know how, but he doesn't trust you. We'll change the story and then be that story. You must be it. You got to actively live it, right? In order to make the shift. If you're acknowledging and reaffirming that he doesn't trust you, then you are manifesting a version of him that doesn't trust you over and over. So change the story and then look at yourself within to find out where these trust issues lie, because I'm guaranteed it's elsewhere in your life or in STEM somewhere. Nat says, hey, Roxy, I wanted to ask for tips on manifesting my SP to move to the same city as me. Same thing. Change the story. Change your energy from I want them to move to my city to they're moving to my city. Holy shit, I need to be ready. Okay. Ooh, they're moving. Oh my God, they're finally moving. Yes. Like, you just got the email. They're moving. You just saw the post update. They're moving to your city. Holy shit. This is exactly, oh my God, here's the moment. All right, it's go time. What we wanted is happening now. You embody that energy. So shit, do I need to like upgrade my place a little bit? Do I need to go get waxed? Like, you start changing, being the version of you that's preparing for the person you want coming to your town, because they are. And then you just be that, and you be that, and you be that, and you keep telling yourself that they're moving here, they love it here, they can't wait, or whatever. Okay, like, think about what you would be doing if they moved here. Is this somebody that you know? Would you be helping them find a place? You can start doing that. Start looking at places for them, or helping them find a job or something like that. Just getting into the energy of they're coming here, not I want them to. How can I get them here? More so, they're already coming. I need to be ready. Okay. Shauna says, can you talk about how to manifest your dream home, like one that you shouldn't be able to afford and living in the end? I did like a whole video on how I manifested this house. You're moving. It's happening. Just like the last question. You're moving. It's happening. We don't care about the money. We let the money take care of itself. I know I have enough money to afford this because money always comes, and it comes from all kinds of different sources. And maybe I don't see it now, but I know it's on its way, and I have all these revenue streams. So I'm not really worried about it. Let me worry more so about getting everything that I need. Because if you're going to manifest a house, you're going to manifest it regardless. So you might as well get exactly what you want out of it and take on that energy. If this is happening, this is what I want. I get what I want. And yeah, take it away, universe. There you go. Okay. Desconocido says, if we catch SP lying and he lies when we confront them, do we revise or try to talk it over with him? How do we change that? I mean, all the above. If you feel like you have to like mention it in the 3D world, then do it for sure. Definitely do that. Because let me take this back. Let me rephrase this. How bad do you want them to be the honest version of them? Because your response to it is kind of like the length of time it's going to take. So if you have to tell them, catch them in the lie, let them know you know, all that stuff, just remember that whole process of, that between now and moving past that lie, that process is going to just keep you where you're at. So you're just going to be continuing to manifest your current reality. So that's up to you. If you have to tell them, fine. Just know that whole period of you dealing with this lie and telling them how it is and whatever is pushing the manifestation off, right? Or you ignore the 3D reality and just continue manifesting and intending that they're always honest with you. They're super honest. They're open. They're upfront. They're trustworthy. They're trusting. You know that they're always doing good. They only have your best interest at heart. They always put you first. They're always considerate of you. Things like that. So that's on you. You decide. If you want it to happen faster, then you just, does not matter what they do. They are honest all the time. Honest, kind, caring, open, responsible, dependable, reliable, stable, safe. Okay. Angel says, I'm the boss. Thank you. Okay. Femme says, circumstances don't matter because they're created by your past thoughts. If you see something you don't like and you judge it and give it attention, you're giving it more life. So then you're stuck with it. If you ignore it and focus on the outcome you desire, then that's it. Thank you. Okay, so this is a fucking long one. Holy shit. That's all 3 scrolls. Circumstances. I've been living in the end. I've detached and affirmed positive things. I have only one question. Yeah, no. Okay. No, too much circumstance. Can't, no, I'm not going to read it because it's irrelevant, right? Okay, so all your circumstances, and then you finish it up by saying, although we aren't talking, I for sure meditate morning and night, and I do believe it's already happening. I asked the universe for a sign. Here's your sign. You don't believe it, okay? You're not living as it because you just typed out a whole page of circumstances, and I'm going to do you a favor of not reading them out loud because they're irrelevant, and there's things that you've created for yourself. So it's just this is how irrelevant your past circumstances are. Okay, does the dinner you ate last night affect the dinner you choose for the next night? Right, and I'm ideal out because I know sometimes we don't have enough money to choose, right? But even then, even if you're eating ramen, one night you might be having chicken flavor, the next night you're having the pork flavor, right? Like, just because you had something one time does not mean that I have to have it again the next night, or it has to be like this again. So just because your circumstances are what they are does not mean that they have to stay for 1 second longer. So you did the thing that we're kind of talking about here. You said, although we aren't talking, which there you are affirming that all this thing, all the circumstance. Okay, sorry, back up. You said, I'm doing the things, I'm affirming, I'm staying positive, but Circumstance, 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 circumstance. We aren't talking, affirming that you're not talking, but I do meditate. Okay. And then what do you do for the rest of the 23 and a half hours of your day? That's where your issue lies. Okay. Love you. What we got? Victoire, how do I say your name? I'm sorry. My SP keeps on getting bored and losing interest about our relationship. What should I say to myself? Well, what's the opposite of that? They're very interested in me. They're enthralled by me. They're magnetized by me. They hang off my every word. They can't stand not being around me. I'm the only person that stimulates them. I'm the only person they find interesting. I'm guessing definitely have some sort of like, am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I cool enough? Am I interesting enough? Am I funny enough? Whatever, do my things so that you don't have to keep perpetuating them in your mind. You are interesting. You have cool things to say. If you're on a Roxy Talks live chat, you definitely have cool stuff to think about, okay, or to talk about. So change the story. They have never met anybody as interesting as you, and they can't stop telling you about it. They can't stop talking about you to everybody at their work or whatever. You decide what you want and then just make it your story. HD says, if we are trying to manifest the relationship with SP, isn't it forcing it, then letting it unfold organically? Sometimes I feel tired of making things happen. Yeah, well, that to me says that you're not exerting your effort in the right places. You're exerting it in places that are not quite productive for you. And so that's why it's tiring. This process of like controlling your thoughts and being on top of them and flipping out the negative ones and replacing them with positive ones. This isn't just about manifesting a specific person. It's not just about getting your dream job. It's about learning how to fucking do life. Okay. Like you still are going to have thoughts, insecurities. Now get really deep into it because it is a discipline. It's just like eating healthy or working out. We do it because the benefit far outweighs the cost of doing it. So what was the question? So forcing it to me sounds like you're not allowing it to happen naturally. It's kind of like you think that they're different things. You think that manifesting them isn't letting it happen. They're doing everything that they can to be with me. They're working on themselves. They're becoming the person I need them to be for me. And I'm becoming the person I need to be in order to maintain and sustain that relationship. Great. Any time between now and us being together, which is inevitable, is just us bettering ourselves and the manifestation coming to full fruition. So I'm not really worried. That's how you let it handle naturally. And then you distract yourself with other shit and don't worry about it. Don't dig up the seed. Don't stress about it. Don't try to manipulate. Don't like, but shit. No, if you have uncertainty about it, that's your answer. If you have uncertainty about anything, that's how you know that you're not there. You're not there yet. So yeah, there you go. Shut it down another time. We got it. We're done. Yeah. If there's uncertainty, that's your answer right there. If it's not a fucking hell yes, then that's your answer. If you're not fully there yet, then your manifestation is not fully there yet. Okay. Don't sell yourself short. Wednesday's video is about this exact thing. But basically think about it like this. Like, let's take married with kids. I'm not sure if you want that. Okay, you said post-marriage, post-kids. Yeah, let's take married with kids. Let's say 5 years down the road, married, couple kids. Yeah, great. Okay, so between now and that moment, and then let's go to kids' graduation, youngest kids' graduation, 20 years, 18 years from that moment. Anything in between or beyond it, same path, is part of your journey. You script about it, you be it, you step into those versions of yourself in any moment that you want. Always. You can always be from here to infinity, really, of any situation that you want that goes along the route of where you're going. You can step into, you can script about, you can be, you can embody, you can quantum shift. Sometimes it's really easy for us to believe the 5-year thing. Sometimes we can't believe 5 minutes from now, right? So that's why we bring things back closer to us. Again, I'll get deeper into it on Wednesday's video, but Yeah, absolutely. Because my scripting is like, I say things about how things are happening now. I think I've put some past revision in there, and I definitely write about the future. And I say things like, everything is always working out for me. The universe has my back. I'm always taken care of. People respect me. They respect my time. They respect my boundaries. They have kind things to say about me. I'm selling out tours all over the world. Best-selling author, national bestseller book. I'm a self-manifested billionaire. I'm a multimillionaire. Same breath, because they don't cancel each other out. They're all dots along, or they're all mile markers along my journey. So yes, absolutely. 10, 25 years, 5 minutes, whatever you want, put it all in there. Uncertainty is uncertainty, and uncertainty breeds hot and cold behavior. So especially if it's an SP, don't even question it. Don't even worry about what they're thinking, because so she shifted and said she needed time. We won't see each other for 2 weeks since we have to be at our homes. Any advice on how to manifest her choosing me during this time when she won't see me and will have so much more time to rethink and miss me and all? Yes, thank you. Yeah, that. Just make it that. That's it. That's your story now. She can't stop thinking to see you or whatever. Like, I don't know why. I just, I was going to say like a hamburger, but I didn't want any people to think I'm, never mind. It doesn't really matter. So she can't wait to see you. It's all she's been thinking about. She's going stir crazy. She can't wait to be with you. This time alone has really given her time to think about what she wants and weigh her outcomes and whatever. You already said it. So everything that you said, can I? Yeah, you can. Any advice on how to manifest it? Just, that's it. That's the story now. That's what she's doing. That's what she's thinking. If she's on your mind at any time, she's on your mind. If you're looking at your phone, if you're talking to her on the phone, if you're hearing her, seeing her, feeling her, thinking about her, she must be the version of her, message from her in the 3D. It doesn't matter what it says. It's pixels on a screen. It's not real. You decide what the message says. So she says, I don't care what your text message says. If it's not, hey, I'm thinking about you. I miss you so much. I can't wait to see you after this is over, or better, then that's what it says. Like, it's got to be that or better or nothing. Okay. So you just must, you be the version of you who's got a girl who's at home waiting to see you. That's how you be. Okay. So imagine that you embody the version of you who wish you could go be there with her because you know how sad she is without you. Think about how you'd really be if this were the case, and then you be that way. Okay. Can you manifest same-sex relationship with someone straight? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because, well, first things first, sexuality is on a spectrum. Secondly, it's your manifestation. So, yeah, just it's a circumstance, and this is your reality. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. Okay, Nancy says, my SP is starting to throw my belongings away. He's dating online. You always have the best affirmations. Any you recommend I use that are powerful enough to believe that he wants to be with me only? Okay, sorry. I'm here for you, girl. I'm there, but these questions where it's like, can you tell me something that's actually going to work for me? Like, that's how you sound. And it's like, I'm not doing it. You're doing it. Like, it's not my affirmations that are like good or bad or strong. It's, can you change your own mind? Like, sorry. I know, I'm sure you didn't mean it like that. It just comes off like, it's like, okay, like, no, can you do some affirmations that are going to actually be powerful enough to change your mind? You tell me. I can't do that for you. So just like we said, same exercise, guys. What is it that we want? He's throwing your stuff away. Okay, what's the opposite? He's respectful of your shit. Great. He's extremely respectful. He wants to be with you. He's dying to put things back together. No, don't say dying. He yearns to put things back together. All he wants to do is make things right with you. He's moving mountains to make this work out. He's only thinking about you. He only considers your feelings. He wants the best for you. He'll do whatever he can to make you happy. Even if he's throwing your shit off of a balcony, in your mind, you have to still be telling the story that, wow, I have such a great, compassionate, kind, caring, supportive person. I love being in this relationship. Because that's how you'd be feeling naturally if that's how he was behaving, right? So you have to be like that. It's not the affirmation, it's you being it. So do the exercise. left-hand column, right-hand column, and put all that right-hand column stuff into play. Take over your entire mind with those thoughts, all of them. Saturate it completely. Anytime you catch a left-hand thought keep creeping up, because right now you can't afford to entertain them for a single second, okay? Shit's on the line. Shit's getting real for you. You need to get serious now. Stop putting your power outside of your body. Quit letting him decide what you do with your life. Quit asking me to tell you how to do things and decide, this is my life. You respect me. Everything works out for me. I'm doing all of this and it's all working out for me, period. And I will not entertain a second of any other ideas. That's it. That's it. Okay? Stand up for yourself and to yourself. Okay? And I love you. Thank you. Okay, sure. Giselle says, I manifested my SP 3 times after 17 years. Yep, but I couldn't seem to keep him there. This is what I'm talking about with, like, if you don't move your manifestation forward, you end up spinning your tires. So we're so focused on getting them here and getting them back. Oh, thank you, baby. I love you. Thank you. You're so focused on like getting them back or manifesting them that once you do, you don't shift your focus into, okay, now I need to maintain the relationship and I need to maintain my ideas about what I think they feel about me and how they perceive this relationship and how long it's going to last and all that stuff. You still need to be on top of that stuff. That's why I say, do the work now, because you know, this living in the end, you get your manifestation. Then what? Then what? This is what. If you don't know how to move your manifestation forward, if you don't know how to stay in the mind frame of what you want, when you get it, I'm telling you guys from personal experience, you get a whole new host of doubts, insecurities, worries, and beliefs, because it's just stuff you didn't have access to, so you didn't even know you would have to worry about it. But now you're in a new place, new manifestation, new plane, and now there's different things to worry about because the old stuff has been taken care of, and now we have other things that pop up. Now we have other things we have to deal with. We still keep our mind focused where it needs to be because this fine-tuning process doesn't stop. And if you don't work on what happens once you get your manifestation, that's what's going to happen. You're going to manifest them back, lose them, manifest them back, lose them, manifest them back, lose them. And now, because of that, now you have a story that every time you manifest them, which is easy, they always leave, which sucks. And now that's part of your story. So now you even have that involved in it too. So you just added another layer between you and this person. So don't let anything happen that happens in the 3D world affect how you feel or what you think about your situation. So what I would say to you with that comment is, I manifested this person 3 times. I can manifest them 1,000,000 times. I'm not even worried about it. Go. Where are you going to go? It's always coming back to me, babe. All roads lead to Rome. So go Rome, if you will. I'll be here waiting when you get back, because you always come back. And again, that's even affirming that they always come back, but at least changing the energy from I can't keep them to where else could they go? Of course they're coming. Of course they're here. I manifested you 3 times. I'll manifest you 1,000,000 times. Try me. You know, like, it just, you guys need to take control of your lives, man. Like, I'm here for you guys. I know it's hard because we're not taught this stuff, but now you are, right? Now we're doing it. So now, this is where the discipline comes in, okay? This is where the practice, this is where the work comes in. You got to do it. It's important. It's the most important thing you could do, because everything stems from this one thing. So again, get a hold of it now so that you have the rest of your life able to bounce a thought, bounce a thought, bounce a thought. You know, just for my own situation, I manifested myself to this point, and then I didn't really think beyond it. Like, I know I'm going to get there, and then I know I'll be huge. That's it. I didn't have anything in between. So when I did get to this point, it was like, oh shit, now what do I do? Okay, I did the thing. I manifested what I wanted. Now where the fuck do we go next? And I had to take it forward. But because those are thoughts I never had before, because I never had the opportunity to lose something like that, like this, right? So, but I don't fucking care. Like, it's just, I'll be fine either way, right? My success is not dependent upon anything except for my own mindset. And there's just nothing. Nobody's going to make me think otherwise. You can't. You can't. That's it. You be that. Okay, guys, you just be that. Nobody has the power to make you think anything at all, ever. Not even you, right? Because you have to actively make yourself think these things. And sometimes we don't believe them, but we still, you hammer them in there, right? And it's the allowing of these new ideas to permeate that lets them permeate. So how are we doing? What are we doing? 2:15. Okay. Oh shite. Okay. I love seeing you guys like help each other in the comments. Like when you're nice to each other, it's like really nice to see. Oh Lord. Turn the sweater by leaving it at his house or keep it in hopes he'll reach out. Fuck his sweater. He don't care about that sweater. Okay, now let me back up. Listen. Remember earlier when I said if there's a question, if there's uncertainty, that's your answer, right? Don't do anything yet. You don't know. Leave his funky ass sweater in the corner or fold it nicely, put it away. You don't have to look at it. But using the sweater to mask the real underlying issues, you're not going to hide from the universe. So, or whoever, somebody like bitched at me about using the universe versus God. It's like, some people aren't comfortable using the term God. I'm one of them. So again, back off. Anyways, I keep it in hopes that he'll reach out. Fuck the sweater. The sweater, it has nothing to do with it. Okay. What's the real issue here is that you're allowing him to have an opinion. You're allowing the sweater to mean more than it does when you are the deciding factor. He is going to reach out to you because he wants to be with you, not because, oh, you have my sweater? Oh, that's fucking awesome. Bonus. Great. Now I get to hang out with you and get my sweater back. Cool. Change the energy. Okay. Fuck the sweater. What's going on with you? That's my advice. Okay. Belle says, I spent 2 months getting my SP to flirt with me. I get anxiety when he does. What to do? That's cute. Okay. You're super comfortable around him. Flirting is like a second language to you. You always feel completely at ease around him. Or, you can do either one. He thinks it's cute when you get nervous. He really likes it. It makes him feel like he's important to you and like he's the only one. So it really gets his attention and he thinks it's endearing. Whatever, make it what you want. Okay. You know what I like to do? I want to go down to the bottom because I want to look at questions people have asked since I've been talking about things for the last hour and 45 minutes and hope and intend that the questions here at the bottom are not repeats or full of circumstance. Let's see. Oh, Lord. Okay. I can't see this question. Somebody's asking me to answer. Katana, I don't know. Oh, there it is. Do you believe you exchange energy with someone you're intimate with? Like I always hear people saying it's binding. We're all the same. We're all one. So that sounds too, I don't know. I don't do the spirituality thing. It's just, let me take that back. I'm opening my mind up to a little bit with like the law of one and stuff like that. But I just, it's binding. I don't know. This question isn't like enough. I don't know exactly what you're asking here. Exchange energy with someone you're intimate with. I always hear it's binding. No. That sounds like it comes from somebody who can't get over somebody that they're in a relationship with. That's my personal opinion. I don't know how to answer that question. Okay. Judy says, for some reason, you're giving me Blondie Devontee's vibes. I think it's the lashes and your skin's going. thank you. Probably my lashes. And then this Jaclyn Hill highlighter. I always forget, like when I wear it on camera, I look like moist. I look dewy. Like Jaclyn did the shit with this highlighter. So thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, Alexander, I just saw your chat. Thank you so much for the donation. He says, Roxy, my wife and I love your videos. You rock. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys are watching them together. Appreciate you guys. Love you both. Thank you. Okay. Shabera, good question. Ooh, calling me out. I see where this is going. She says, Roxy, maybe this question is silly, but could the constant doubts or lack mentality expressed in manifestation groups or in the law of attraction community in general be a downer vibe to be around? Any advice? Fuck yeah, it can. And that's why I have moderators for my group, because I get triggered going in there, like looking at people post fucking pages of circumstances. I'm like, nope, not even. I have to scroll past that shit. I can't read that. And yeah, absolutely. But oh my God, the energetic condom just popped up in my head again. Energetic condom. There, I thought that the poo, the 3D world is your mind's poo, was the worst the analogies we're gonna get, but I was wrong. Because I even came up with a worse one. I'm not gonna tell you guys that one yet until it's absolutely necessary. But ooh, no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's gross. Okay, I'm gonna say it. If the 3D world is your mind's poop, your emotions are gas. Okay, right? It's like a side effect of what you eat. It's your body processing the thoughts that you're feeding it, just like, right? Okay, anyways. So that's that one. And then this the spiritual condom. If you're gonna go in and be around that stuff, if you see it, to make sure you're like, ooh, not me though. Okay, over there, girl, fine, but not over here. Everything's fine here. Like when I always say, like, I put up a barrier between me and stuff that I don't like. Like, not that I don't like, but like I don't want to impress. Like when I watch it, I'm very much aware of the fact that this is over there. This is for entertainment purposes only, and it doesn't affect me. It doesn't impress because I'm intending, and there is a barrier between me and it, and it's not my life. Same thing with that stuff. You see that stuff in the community and it bothers you? But great question. Oh, Katana also says, I love you, you rock, and the way you deliver is more impressionable. I'm not going to read the rest of that sentence, but I appreciate you and thank you. I'm just not gonna, I don't want to, you know. Thank you for the kind compliment. Thank you. Hi, Roxy. What is your biggest manifestation besides the house? You're watching it, this career. I made a job for myself that literally didn't exist and carved out a whole lane for myself that was not there before. So, there is no competition. Of course, there are tons of people in the law of attraction community, but I have my very own specific way of teaching that I've developed on my own, and it's mine. And that's it. Everyone's got their own little separate thing, which is great. We all have different perspectives, and we speak to, the community is so big. The self-help industry is like billions. It's huge. So like speaking to all these people in different ways, it's great because some things resonate with some people, and I resonate with some people and I don't with others, and that's great because if I don't resonate you, I don't even. Then if you don't like pink, like then what are you doing watching my videos? Anyways, so my biggest manifestation to date is this career, and I knew that I would be here. Even when I didn't see evidence of it, I kept that on my mind. Even when I was working in a job that was the very opposite of what this is. Not helping people, not serving myself, not doing what I wanted to do. Not anything bad about the job, it's just not what I wanted to be doing. And even when I was sitting at that desk, typing away in this job I did not want to be doing, in my head, I was doing this job. Because I knew that I was going to be there. So, and I also knew instinctively that I had to think only thoughts like that if I was going to make my life become that. Something inside me, this is before I figured out this 360 ideas, something inside me was like, I can't let this job impress in my mind for 1 second longer. I cannot let it take a hold in here at all, ever again, no more at all, period. So it had to be like when I was at work, again, I was doing this. I was in here. I was being this and create. Forever a grace and a flower. Forever a grace and a fucking flower. So your screen name is, that's awesome. Does being addicted to watching all the law of attraction videos I can mean I'm blocking my manifesting ability? I wouldn't say that. Knowledge. I love learning and growing and shifting my awareness and shifting my process and doing what, figuring out what works for me, tweaking and adjusting. Approach it like that, and then it's okay, right? Like it's almost like the condom thing, the spiritual condom again. You're putting up the parameters, or like, I don't know why I keep seeing like a cone of silence, but it's not really silence. It's like a condom, right? It's just like protecting us, and we're like tight in this thing, and I'm still operating in the world, but also there's this barrier between me and the other things that I don't necessarily like, so I'm not going to allow them in. So if you put into your condom. That's so weird. How do I say this? You put into that like barrier saying, I'm watching this stuff because it's enhancing what I'm already doing and it's making me better and I'm applying it to my life. That's a big thing. It's not just watching, but applying it. I'm watching these things because I'm taking the information into my life. I'm experimenting with it. I'm seeing what works and what doesn't. I'm dropping the stuff that doesn't, and I'm leaning more into the stuff that does, and I'm seeing what works for me. Peace and Batman Socks says, hi Roxy, would you consider writing a book? I do try to take notes in your Mindset Mondays, but sometimes when I watch on the go, I forget. Thank you for the messaging else. She deserves a better title than my social media person. She's like my right hand, I guess, right now, my digital hand. She's my digital arm. I have like a physical arm and a digital arm. My digital arm is an amazing person, and she is going to help me with the book because if I have to like sit down and actually work on it, it's been on the back burner for a long time. I have like 2 chapters written, but she's going to come to LA and we're just going to like fucking bust it out and get it really just out, all of the information out, so that we can start working on like editing and publishing and stuff like that. So definitely by the end of this year, 100% goal to have my book out. And thank you so much. And hopefully 2 books. I have another one I'm working on. So, which is not like one's like more of a reading book and more ones of like I'm not going to say what it is, but not as like a chapter, like, reading heavy book. Any hoodles. Thank you so much. I appreciate you asking, and I hope you enjoy the books when they come out. Sonia says, are vision boards private and not to be shared? I don't think that that's necessarily like, that doesn't have to be a rule. I think that if you have, if you're manifesting versions of people in your life who are not supportive of what you're doing, then don't show them that kind of stuff, because your insecurities and fears and worries are just going to be mirrored back to you from them. So it's just not even worth like doing that to yourself until you're able to manifest them as supportive and open and kind, and like, ooh, now they're doing their own vision. Like if there's people in your life you're worried about, start visualizing them coming to you being like, bitch, have you ever heard of a vision board? I just made one. And you're like, bitch, me? No. Okay, let me tell you, let me show you mine, right? Instead of worrying about people not being supportive, imagine them coming to you and trying to talk to you about law of attraction. And you're like, oh, wait, hold on, wait a second, because I got some info for you. I know this girl named Roxy Talks. I'm just kidding. But yes, private if you can't, if you're not going to be triggered by what someone might say in response to it, then definitely keep it to yourself. But if that's not an issue, then you don't have to. Joanne says, Roxy, you're manifesting that you get it back. Let's see how long it takes. Okay. Hold on, Serena. I'm just going to read this because I had a really weird moment. So Serena says, the aliens are controlling us. Soon they will probe our brains and replace our brain tissues with eggs. Okay. The other day, I was like washing my face. I'm doing this new skincare routine. I have to wash my face for like 5 minutes straight. So I was just like washing. And I usually count. And then all of a sudden, it felt like I had been doing it for like half an hour. And I just was like, I snapped back into it. And I was like, how fucking long have I been doing this? And I was like, oh shit. It was one of those moments where, like, they talk about, because we're in a video game or holographic universe or whatever, like the power can be turned off and we won't know it. Just like in a video game, you hit save, turn the power off, you jump back right into where you were. The character in the game is none the wiser that the game's been turned off, for 4 seconds or 4 years. Doesn't really matter. So the other day I was washing my face and I just had one of those moments where it felt like I just came back and I had been gone for I don't know how long. And I was like, oh my God, what just fucking happened? Anyways, yeah. So it's already happening. That's where I was going to go with that. Or whoever is doing it, right? Okay. Okay, Cameron says, is it possible to manifest a positive life for someone else when they are manifesting a negative life for themselves? Could I counter their self-manifest? So, change the story completely. They have their own best interests at heart. They put themselves first. They're super healthy and, mentally and physically and emotionally. They dedicate themselves to their own personal growth. It's really great to see them taking themselves so seriously and putting themselves first like that. It's really great to see them getting it. Give them law of attraction. Like I said, just in the last question, like visualize them coming to you and being like, hey, have you heard of this law of attraction thing? Did you know you can like change your life by the way you think? And just change the story about them. They're already on top of it. They're really excited about this new life they're creating for themselves. The old stuff is gone, old chapter. And most importantly is that you can't see them like you're seeing them anymore because it's you manifesting them and you're. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, Cadence says, we're always going to be human, so it's okay to make mistakes or slip up. Just know to always bring yourself back to now, the only moment that ever matters. As long as you catch yourself now, it'll be okay. Exactly. The doubts, the insecurities, the worries, the doubts, the fears, they never stop coming. So that part, why focus on it? Why worry about it? What you do need to be worried about is what you do in response. How long does it take you to get back on the horse after you're kicked off? That's the real question. Sonia says, I hope you write a workbook too, not just a best-selling novel. I like that workbook idea. That's a really great idea. So I'm putting together I'm the manifest a specific person. I'm intending that when people get on my schedule, they're happy to get on whenever the hell they can, even though I'm booked out, starting to book into May right now. Please be advised, I'm booking into May. If you book a session with me, I'm completely booked up. It's not that I don't want to see you sooner. It's that I talk to like 80 people a month and I don't have no other second of the day to fit you in. Okay. So having said that, the manifesting a specific person workshop sells out all the time. I keep adding slots. I keep adding classes and it just keeps selling out. So I'm making it into something automated so everybody can at least get the content and consume all the information that I would be normally teaching right away and not have to wait till the end of April or May to get into class. And then we come together like once a month to discuss. It's kind of going to be kind of like this, but it'll just be people who are in the class, and you'll be able to ask your questions directly and have like specific information. But I appreciate it. Or what if the novel has a workbook in it, right? Or both? I don't know. You guys tell me. Okay. There's like 3 questions in a row. I'm manifesting see some progress. It's not exactly what I want. How do I make it better? Throwing the yet out there yet. It's not done yet. Okay. So instead of Don't affirm that's not what you want. You double down. This is exactly what I want. It's working. Oh my God, we're making connections. We're moving forward. What's the next step? What's the next link in the chain? Be that. Intend it. Don't affirm that it's kind of work. Like, don't affirm things are kind of working. They are working. They're doing great. They're getting better every single day. They're falling more and more in love with you every single day. Everything is working out exactly the way you want it to. You need to keep going with it. Just because there's a little bit of movement does not mean that we're done yet. Like, you're never done with it. Keep going. Like, you're always going to have to be reframing the situation. Okay. Like, I still reframe the way I think about my husband. We've been married for almost 7 years, together for like 11. I still reframe him. Okay. It doesn't stop. Like, do the process and then don't stop doing the process. This isn't just something like I'm not going to eat one broccoli and then expect to be skinny for the rest of my life. No, if I want to be skinny for the rest of my life, I eat a healthy, vegan diet or whatever you guys are eating out there. Vegetables and shit, right? We eat healthy on a continuum, on a continuous basis. Because even if I eat broccoli straight for 6 months and I start eating burgers again, that's the day my burger body comes back. So if you're manifesting your person and they kind of come back and then you stop with the intending, then there you are. Marlon Pink, I really like your name, says, Roxy, how do you convince yourself that whatever you want is possible when initially it doesn't? You might not feel like it is. I know it's all in the mind. I just don't like. We know brainwashing is real, right? We've all seen movies before. People can be brainwashed. We know that. We also know that it takes like 3 weeks to make a habit. So if you make a habit out of brainwashing yourself into thinking the thoughts, the way is that everything works out for me no matter what. I don't really care. Like, if I want it, it's going to happen. If I want it, it's happening because I decide that it's part of my life and I'm allowing it to happen. I don't stand in the way of the things that I want. I let them come to me and I let them unfold naturally because that's the best and easiest way to do it. So I declare what I want. I don't care how ridiculous it is. Billions of dollars? Yep. My own plane? Sure. Why the fuck not? How about it's pink inside too? Okay. So now what? I'm going to stop. Oh, but no, fuck no buts. No, there's just, it's so, I feel sometimes like I have exhausted the extent of the English thoughts that you want. And if you catch yourself thinking something else that you don't want, such as, I don't believe you, that's not true, no, that's not here yet, no, that's not your reality, shut it down and go back to, actually, yeah, I am inside of my pink plane right now in my mind. And if it's in my mind, then guess what? It's going to be in my world eventually. So I'm not really worried about it. I know that I'm on my way. I know I'm a self-manifested billionaire. Of course I have my own plane. Or I didn't even think about it till today. So now I'm on a plane. Thanks. Put it in my backpack. Whether I think everything's going to work out for me and I get whatever I want, or I think that my life is terrible and I get nothing, I'm still sitting right here in this moment. So why fucking bother with these thoughts that don't, like, why go there? If I don't have to think like that, then I'm not gonna. And the way that I don't is by catching those thoughts and replacing them with something that does. So how do I believe it? I just make myself. And I keep saying it to myself over and 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 over again. You're already believing your own lies. So change the lie, right? You're already believing that you're not worthy, things aren't good enough, that things are hard for you. Those are not truths. Those are just things you're telling yourself. It's the same thing. So switch up the content. Okay. Shakir says, I love how you just get your wand, like, your life's fixed, here's all your SPs. It's true, it is. Oh, yes, I'm intending that every single person gets their SP this weekend. Woo! Let's decide. How about everybody together? We have 158 people on YouTube, 32 people on Facebook right now. Everybody right now, let's all decide together, please. We're not going to use the word because we don't do that here. This thing happening, this opportunity for everybody around the world to take time for themselves, to have time to think for once, to slow down and have some time, some space to ponder their reality, take stock in who they are and where they are in their journey and where they intend to go next. Let's all decide together. Can we please manifest this at one time together? That this period of time, this thing is here in our lives so that every single person can manifest their SP or their whatever. They're going to get the idea that they need. Their time to be at home and in your own space is here for a good reason. And it's here so that every single one of us and everybody in the world can finally get clear on what they're doing and get their manifestations to their lives. Okay. That's what we're all doing here today. We're doing it together. Everyone's intending it. I intend to see it. Everybody here is getting what they want because that thing is happening and making us all sit at home. There. Okay. What's next? Fuck. I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. I hate when I mess up people's names. I want to try out visualization, but I have issues with keeping the scene 5 to 10 seconds. Any tips? I mean, who says it has to be? It's not a rule, right? It's just a suggestion. And also, visualization happens naturally. You don't have to force it. If a picture comes up on your mind, make sure that you take that opportunity to reframe it and rearrange it, like literally rearrange the components of the visualization in your head and then kind of play it. It's like a micro response, really fast. Just reframe it and then let the thing play. Natural visualization. You're just doing it when it comes up on your mind, daydreaming, right? And then realize that visualization is not the end all be all. It's part of the deal. It's part of the package. It's something that definitely does work, but it's not the only thing that works. So if visualizing is hard, first of all, stop saying it's hard. Start saying it's the easiest thing for you to do. You're really good at it. You're getting better every single day. You're practicing. You're bringing it up, dropping it, bringing it up, dropping it, bringing it up, dropping it. It's becoming second nature to you. You get better at manifesting every single day. It makes more sense to you every single day. And what else were we talking about? And then start going into affirmations a little bit more, doing more affirmations, doing more scripting, doing more things that are not just visualizing to help the manifestation play out. Okay. Michelle says, what are your best tips for jumping into a state that's aligned with your desires? I mean, just be it. Like I am it. I am that. My thing that I started was like, my work is in alignment with my soul's highest calling. My work is in alignment with my soul's highest purpose. The work I do fulfills my soul. I'm 100% self-sufficient. This is just me relating to my own life. That's kind of how I started getting out of my job. But you just do it. You declare what you want to be, what version. I am this, I am that. Things work out for me like this. And then you don't go back to yeah, but actually I'm a piece of shit. Like, just don't do that part. I am this, things work out for me like this. Everything's great. I'm this version of me, period. It's great. Then if I get a bill, I don't freak out about it because I can't. Because that version of me that's making $100,000 a month or $1 million a month, whatever the fuck I want, isn't freaked out about it. Act like you're that. You pretend you're that. Just like a little kid putting on a cape. I am Batman now. They run around being Batman, jumping off the couch, pretending they're in the Batcave, sitting in a laundry basket, pretending they're driving the Batmobile. The fact that their body is not in the Batmobile, do you think that stops how much fun they're having? No. Does that make them not be Batman? No. It makes them be more Batman. Because do you see, I'm in his car. Of course I'm Batman. Do you see me driving this motherfucker? Like, I am him. This is my car. Do you want to get in? Good, because there's no room for you. It's mine anyways. Whatever. Like, it's just, you just be it. You say it, you be it. That's it. And you don't stop yourself. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more questions. Oh, the YouTube chats are frozen. Let me see if my iPad. I don't want my iPad to make it freeze more. Oh wait, I gotta turn the volume down. Okay. As fair as possible. But just seeing Malachi, I love you guys. If you see Malachi in the chat, please go follow him. He's my producer. He's the one who's going to be, we're making really cool music together, and that'll be out soon. He's also one of my own personal spiritual mentor type people in my life. So please go give him some love. I am Malachi is the name. Making people happy is the game. Okay, what else we got? 3 questions left. Okay. Positive Vibe says, how are we pushing everyone out? Can someone explain this? I get it, but not entirely. Okay, so here's the deal. You are your own little kind of center of the universe. Every single one of us is like a little nerve center in this larger brain doing all this kind of stuff. We're here on planet Earth to learn, grow, experience, and repeat. And we're all kind of filling out a journey, either journey to service to self or service to others. And obviously one is more negative and one is more positive. And this is all according to the law of one. You know, your soul is either on, eventually everyone has to be on the service to others path, because the love, that's like a bandwidth of frequency. No more Instagram or YouTube questions because it's freezing up. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. There it is. Okay. Okay. I closed. Hopefully the YouTube gets closed. So we're our own little nerve centers. We're over here doing this one little life, kind of like a video game, okay? We all have our own controllers. We all are playing together, like online play, where we kind of come into each other, but we each have our own little separate world and our own separate game. And in this little world, we are the only person that has discerning manifestational power in our realities. And because there are infinite realities and infinite versions of all people, and we're shifting constantly between them, you're able to select different versions of yourself or the people in your life in an instant and switch in over to that version of them, which you're already doing it. But the thing about it is that we're so like anchored to our current reality that we continue to affirm what's going on around us. So the shifts are really imperceptible for the most part. But if you're able to convince yourself that whatever it is that you do want is possible, or that it is happening, or not, at least not deny it to yourself, not tear it down, then you can shift to that at any moment. The way this works with everyone as you pushed out is that because every single thing in your entire world is a manifestation, that includes the other people around you. So if you are manifesting somebody in your life, you're manifesting the version of them that they are coming and appearing to you, because there's infinite versions of them. So the way you describe them, the way you treat them, the way you expect them to treat you, the way you expect them to show up and behave is how they must act, because you are manifesting them that way, and it's not the other way around. So it always stems from your true inner feelings, expectations, beliefs, worries, doubts, insecurities. That's kind of how that works. I hope that answered your question. And I have a few videos about it, so please check those out if you can. Okay. Samaya says, hello, Roxy. I'm loving the live chats. Please explain the difference between how we money as an SP. He's a monopoly man. He's super rich, very generous, will give you the shirt off his back, but he's also very sensitive and he hears everything you say about him, okay? So if you're demanding of him, you're pushing him away, you don't know where he's at, you're declaring that he's not around, you think that he only comes twice a month, whatever, then that's exactly what it is, okay? You need to have good, clean, pure feelings about money. It's always coming. It's always here. It comes from all kinds of different sources all the time. Every single day, money flows, thousands of dollars every single day. I don't even know where it's coming from. I don't really care, but it's always coming to me. People want to reach out and give me money. I always find money on the street. My bank account is always having more. Every time I check it, it's got more than I expected it to. Every dollar I spend comes back to me fivefold. Oh, whatever. You start changing the way you feel about money. And then you start reacting differently to money. Every time you need to use money, for an energetic exchange, we're excited. We feel good. We don't feel a deficit. We feel an influx. Oh, I get to trade you these 2 pieces of paper and keep my lights on? Thank you. Like, okay, I'll trade them all day. I got tons of these that come all the time. Take them all. Not even worried about it. You must act like that. Whether or not, like I said earlier with a lot of different analogies, whether or not you think that you're broke as fuck and life is hard and money, I'm just pennies grasping at pennies, or it's always abundant, it's always flowing to me, yada, yada, yada. Your bank account in the moment is what it is, right? So you might as well not feed into the I'm broke or money's hard thoughts, because you already got what you got. There's no need to continue cycling and manifesting it. So, and this goes for everything. This is not just money. Every single thing in your life, guys, all these answers are the exact same, okay? So when you look at your bank account, you decide what it says. Again, your bank account information, your little app, that's pixels on a screen. You decide if it says 76 cents or $76,000. That's up to you. You look at it and, oh, damn, shit, I got a lot of money. Even if you don't, so what? You got what you got, right? So change the way you're looking at it so that you can have more money in the bank and you do have a better relationship with it. And you are happy to spend it, because lending it out lets it in. If you're holding too tight onto money, there's only one door. So if your door is closed because you don't want any money going out and you're just opening a little bit of crack, because I'm going to let $20.67 out and then close it back down because I only have $44 left. Okay. If the door is closed for money going out, then it's definitely closed for money going in. There's only one doorway. So the door has to be open, in and out. And I'm not saying go spend all your money and be an asshole about it. What I'm saying is that you behave as if money is no object, okay? Money, anything, whatever. Anytime you spend it, we're happy to spend. Thank you, money. Fuck yeah, money. Damn, I love you. God, you're such, money's my ride or die. Money's always there. Money does. Money, I say I want something and money gets it for me. Money's amazing. Let's treat it like it is, okay? As far as a bill goes, a bill is not money. Money is a person. A bill being paid, that's like an event happening, okay? That's like an unfolding. So you pay your bills here. Yeah, pay the whole thing off. I don't even care. I'll pay everyone. I'll pay the whole block's power bill. I'm totally fine with it. That's how you behave. You act that way. You respond to getting a bill like, take it. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, pay it. I'm not even worried. Because you don't want to be worried about it. Because if you worry, then that sends out to the universe, oh, she's worried about money. That closes the door down. We need this door to be open. Again, I'm not saying go spend all your money, but when you do spend it, feel good and don't count the pennies coming out. Don't look at it as a deficit. Look at it as, ooh, I just cleared out some room so that more money can come in. Hell yes, I'm always making money. It comes all the time from all kinds of different sources, 365 different revenue streams. It's really great. So separate money from anything that it pays for. Whatever you need money for, intend, visualize, script, affirm, whatever you need to do that it's taken care of. Oh, that's already done. I'm already getting this thing. Hell yes, we're doing it. We're going on this trip. We got this house. We got the car. We're going to school. I'm paying all my bills. Everything's paid off. I make so much money. That's how we think. And then we just we treat money with respect and let it do what it does. Separate and then clean each thing up and think good thoughts about them both. Okay. Okay. Last question. Facebook. I don't know where to go here. Like money is my ride or die. That's a good one. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay, last question. How do you let go of the fear of getting hurt again after being abandoned in the past by friends and exes? How to draw the line between logic and mind power? Logic is bullshit. Don't fucking logic yourself. This is not a logical place. Don't use Newtonian physics to describe something that is not that. And what I mean by that is that logic, chronology, like logical next steps, it's just limiting yourself. And you need to deal with your abandonment issues that have stemmed from childhood. I'm sorry, that probably sounds really judgy, but I don't know, man. I talk to like 80 people a month. I see the patterns. You're getting abandoned by your friends and exes. That's something that's been there for a long time. So, and maybe it happened on your first boyfriend, but generally I'm going to say that there's probably somewhere in your childhood where people weren't there for you. You had to fend for yourself. People weren't on your back. Maybe there was another sibling that got all the attention. I don't know. It could be I'm just going to pick it up and now I have it again. So if I'm abandoned, that word tells me lack of control. That word tells me putting your power in other people to accept you, to give you validation, to love you, to whatever it is, to give you attention, to stick around, to not leave, whatever. Obviously, there's a multitude of things, but you're going to have to look in your past and see where that shit started and then start changing the story, filling it back up, reminding yourself, I've only been abandoned because I've been afraid of being abandoned. And I've opened the door for abandonment and I'm allowing it to come through. And I'm expecting it. I'm fearing, I'm worrying. And so I'm not going to do that anymore. From now on, everybody's here for the long haul. I only have dedicated, stable, reliable, dependable people in my life. They're supportive, they're understanding, they're there for me. They allow me to be me. I allow them to be them. We have an amazing relationship. We're always there for each other. That's got to be your new story, not people always abandon me, because that's why they abandon you. So, yeah, change your story. All right. All right, guys. So, again, I can't get to the Instagram chats. So if you're down there, I'm not Instagram, YouTube. I apologize if your question didn't get answered. Try to get here earlier next time. I try to go in order in the beginning, but it doesn't always happen that way. Either way, try to start getting like different kinds of questions on these things because, people listen to it and they want to hear some stuff that's not always the same questions over and over and over and over again. And I personally want to answer questions that are not the same thing over and over again. So I appreciate you guys bringing really creative ideas here. I love you all. I'm here for you. If you want one-on-one coaching, you can sign up at roxytalks.com. Please be advised I am booked out. And I realize it's frustrating. I know everybody's situation is dire and everybody wants their thing right now. But that energy is part of what's keeping it away from you. I can tell you that right now. So not to sound cocky or to toot my own horn or anything, but you guys are watching this. I'm in demand. You're here too. You see it happening. So lots of people want to get on the books, and some of the people that are in my March have been on the calendar since January. So, if you want to talk to me, sometimes it takes some time. So, again, having said that, I'm here for you guys. I'm only one person. I can only physically, literally handle so many people a month. I'm doing 3 full-time jobs, full-time YouTube, full-time coaching, and administration, building the business. If my schedule is packed, it's packed. It's not because I don't want to see you. It's because I don't have a second left. And I know I'm affirming that. Okay. And I'm going to stop that right now because my schedule is getting easier and easier. It's opening up. I'm helping people even more and I'm making more money. So it's great. Actually, I really like it. It's doing really good. It's going really good. Thank you, universe. Ooh, I feel good. Yeah. My schedule's clearing up. And I'm able to help more people even better. And that's how we ignore our current reality, right? Okay. So appreciate you guys. If you want merch, roxytalks.com merch. Got Black Moon stuff up there. Oh yeah, we were planning a retreat, but then, people are staying inside right now for a little while, and maybe they're not really doing planning trips at the moment. So that's on pause. Definitely want to be cognizant of the reality people are living in. I'm going to say it like that. So, yeah, if yeah, that's all. I think that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to come off as insensitive to the situation. I know people are frustrated if we're not talking about it, but I lead by example. And as I said earlier, if I'm not comfortable talking about something, I'm not going to talk about it. And you're not going to bully me into doing it. Not you guys, but somebody trying to do whatever. It doesn't matter. Not affirming that anymore. Everyone's nice to me. They respect me, and they always have nice things to say. And that's what I love about this job. It's just so nice to me. Okay, anyways, love you guys. Happy Mindset Monday. This week's videos are Tuesday. Tomorrow is the last verbal spanking I'm giving you. That one's about ignoring circumstances. Wednesday is believing in your manifestations better. Friday is manifesting somebody that is a stranger or someone that doesn't know you. And then Thursday, I don't remember. So that should be a good one, right, guys? No, they're all good. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please join me on the live chat. Thank you so much for joining me here on Mindset Monday. You can sign up for one-on-one coaching at roxytalks.com. And, of course, you can pick up merch. Check out my podcast. Merch is at my website, podcasts on Apple, Spotify, all that other shit. And appreciate you all. Love you. Please join my Facebook group, Black Moon Society, if you're not already a part of it. And I will see you next week for Mindset Monday and tomorrow for the live chat. Bye. Bye.